As we age, it's natural to consider where and how we will spend our golden years. Many envision being near their children as the ideal arrangement, helping with grandkids, enjoying more time together, and being there for one another. It's often portrayed as the perfect way to stay connected and involved. But what if this seemingly idyllic setup could actually be a mistake? After reading countless personal stories and discussions on forums, I've noticed a recurring theme. Living too close to your children can lead to unintended consequences. While it may sound comforting at first, the reality is far more complex. Here's why relocating near your children in old age may not be the best idea. One of the biggest fears among aging parents is becoming a burden to their children. While many parents move closer to their kids with the best intentions, needing help becomes inevitable with time. Even if your children are eager to have you nearby, this arrangement can gradually lead to unspoken resentment. Think about your children's current stage in life. They're likely managing careers, raising their own families, and juggling daily responsibilities. Adding elderly parents to their list of obligations, no matter how much they love you, can add stress. Even small requests, like help with errands or transportation, may eventually become overwhelming for them. One woman shared her experience on Reddit. "I moved closer to my daughter because I wanted to be part of her life and help with my grandchildren. But slowly, I realized I was asking for too much help myself. I became a burden to her, even though she never said it. It broke my heart and now I feel stuck." This situation is not uncommon. Many aging parents don't intend to rely too much on their children, but proximity often leads to unplanned dependence. Small favors can gradually turn into daily obligations, making it difficult for children to maintain healthy boundaries without feeling guilty. It's not that your children don't love you. They do, but living independently, even if it means some distance, can actually help preserve your relationship by ensuring interactions are intentional rather than obligatory. Moving closer to your children can sometimes diminish your independence without you realizing it. When you live within minutes of family, it becomes easy to lean on them for small tasks, like picking up groceries, driving you to appointments, or handling minor home repairs. Over time, this reliance can erode your confidence in managing daily life on your own. Many seniors have shared stories of how they unintentionally became more dependent than they expected after moving close to their children. Take the experience of one elderly father who moved next door to his son and daughter-in-law. At first it seemed convenient, but after a while, I found myself always asking for small favors, getting rides, picking up medication, fixing little things around the house. Before I knew it, my life started revolving around them, and I forgot how to live independently. This gradual loss of autonomy can lead to feelings of helplessness and frustration. Once an aging parent becomes accustomed to asking for help, it often becomes harder to regain self-sufficiency. However, when you maintain some distance, you naturally find ways to stay active, both mentally and physically. Whether it's figuring out your own transportation, managing errands, or maintaining your home, these responsibilities keep you engaged, confident, and self-reliant. When parents live independently, visits with children become more meaningful because they aren't tied to requests for assistance. Instead, time spent together is truly about enjoying each other's company rather than fulfilling obligations. While many parents assume living near their children will strengthen their bond, the reality is that constant proximity can sometimes create tension. Living too close often brings daily interactions that mirror the old parent-child dynamic. Parents who are physically nearby may find themselves giving unsolicited advice or offering opinions that aren't always welcome. Over time, this can lead to strained relationships rather than closer bonds. One mother shared her experience on an online forum. "I thought living next to my son would mean we'd have more quality time, but instead, I feel like I'm always in his way. I give my opinion too much, which he doesn't appreciate. It's driving a wedge between us." Many seniors who move near their children struggle with setting boundaries. They may unintentionally overstep, offer advice too frequently, or expect to be included in more aspects of their child's life than is realistic. Similarly, children who once enjoyed visits with their parents may start feeling overwhelmed by frequent interactions. What was once an occasional phone call or weekend visit can suddenly become an almost daily presence, sometimes leading to frustration on both sides. Another issue is that living close can create tension between aging parents and their child's spouse. Many seniors don't anticipate how their presence will affect family dynamics, but spouses may feel pressure to include the aging parent in decisions, outings, and routines. One father admitted his mistake after moving just a few blocks from his daughter. At first it was great, but after a few months I started noticing that I wasn't always welcome. I was unintentionally inserting myself into their lives too much. It was a tough realization. By maintaining some distance, visits between parents and children become more intentional and enjoyable. Both parties have space to live their own lives, leading to healthier interactions when they do see each other. Ironically, many seniors who move closer to their children end up feeling lonelier than before. Often, aging parents assume that being nearby means frequent visits and family gatherings. However, many are surprised to find that their children's lives remain just as busy, leaving them with less social interaction than they expected. One woman on a senior living forum shared, "I uprooted my life, left behind friends and my community, thinking I'd be part of my son's daily life. But he's so busy, and I've ended up feeling more isolated than ever." When seniors move away from their longtime communities, they often leave behind close friends, familiar routines, and social support systems. While they may expect their children to fill that social gap, adult children have their own responsibilities, leaving many seniors feeling left out and disconnected. Living independently encourages seniors to build a strong personal social life. Instead of relying on children for companionship, they are more likely to seek out friendships, engage in hobbies, and participate in community activities, all of which lead to a happier and more fulfilling life. Living close to your children may seem like a perfect arrangement, but it can often create an unintended atmosphere of guilt, both for you and for them. You might feel guilty for asking for help, while your children may experience guilt when they don't have enough time to assist you or visit as often as you'd like. One woman shared a poignant story about the emotional strain of living near her aging parents. Though she loved them deeply, their proximity made her feel constantly torn between caring for them and focusing on her own responsibilities. She explained, "Every time I couldn't help them, I felt guilty. But I also felt resentment building up because I wanted to focus on my career and kids. It's a no-win situation." For aging parents, this guilt works both ways. Many begin to feel like they're intruding on their children's busy lives, even if their kids never say it outright. Over time, this can lead to anxiety and emotional exhaustion on both sides. However, when you live independently, this constant tension fades. Visits become more cherished and meaningful rather than obligations or duties. Without unspoken expectations, the time spent together is genuine and fulfilling, rather than tainted by feelings of guilt. Moving near your children can sometimes limit your sense of adventure without you even realizing it. Staying close to family often provides a sense of comfort and security, but it can also trap you in predictable routines, preventing you from exploring new places, meeting new people, and experiencing fresh opportunities. Many seniors assume that being near their children will provide a fulfilling social life, but the reality is that their children are often busy with work, parenting, and personal commitments. This can leave aging parents feeling left out and overly dependent on their family for companionship, rather than seeking out their own communities. One man shared his experience of choosing a different path for retirement. Instead of moving near his children, he relocated to a new city, embracing the opportunity for personal growth and adventure. He recalled, "My daughter was disappointed at first, but moving to a new city has brought me so much joy. I joined local clubs, made new friends, and found a community that shares my interests. I would have never done this if I had stayed close to my kids. Now, when they visit, I feel like I'm showing them my new vibrant life rather than just being part of theirs." This perspective highlights an important truth. Retirement is a new chapter, not the end of your story. Instead of making proximity to family your sole focus, consider choosing a location that allows you to thrive, grow, and experience life in exciting ways. Whether it's traveling, moving to a retirement-friendly city, or even joining a senior living community, you can create a rich, independent life that brings fulfillment beyond just family connections. Even if your children love you deeply, most adult children are not emotionally or practically prepared to take on the full responsibility of an aging parent. Living nearby can put unexpected pressure on them, even when they try their best to handle it gracefully. A woman on an online forum shared her eye-opening experience after her mother moved close to her following her father's passing. At first, she was excited about the idea of having her mother nearby, believing it would bring them closer together. However, as time passed, the reality proved to be more complicated. She wrote, "It seemed like a good idea at first, but then I realized I wasn't ready for this kind of responsibility. I'm trying to balance work, raising my own kids, and now I'm also helping my mom more than I ever thought I would. It's caused stress in my marriage, and sometimes I just feel overwhelmed." Many adult children are still navigating their own personal and financial responsibilities, and they may not be emotionally equipped to become caregivers yet. Though they may want to be there for you, having you close by can accelerate their transition into caregiving roles before they are ready, leading to stress, frustration, and even resentment. However, when you live at a reasonable distance, your children have time to adjust to the idea of gradually taking on more responsibility. They can prepare for the eventuality of caregiving on their own terms, rather than being forced into it prematurely. This doesn't mean your children won't support you when you truly need them. In fact, giving them space now may lead to a more positive and sustainable relationship in the long run. They will be able to offer care willingly rather than feeling obligated, ensuring a healthier emotional connection between you both. It's easy to believe that being near your children is the best way to find meaning in your later years. But what about you? What do you truly want? After decades of working, raising a family, and putting others first, this stage of life is finally about you. It's your chance to focus on your own needs, explore your passions, and create the life you want. You've earned it. A heartwarming story I came across was about a woman who decided to move to a beach town by herself after retirement. For years, she had imagined settling near her children, but something in her heart told her to reconsider. She shared, "I spent my whole life taking care of everyone, my kids, my husband, even my aging parents. I thought my next step would be to move closer to my kids, but I realized I had spent enough of my life being what other people needed. I found a place by the ocean, and for the first time in decades, I'm doing things for me. My kids come to visit, but they're seeing a mom who's happy and fulfilled. It's a gift I never expected to give them." Your retirement years should be about rediscovering yourself, reigniting your passions, and enjoying the freedom that comes with this phase of life. Whether it's traveling, learning a new hobby, volunteering, or simply savoring peaceful moments alone, prioritizing your own joy and well-being benefits both you and your relationship with your children. Living near your children means witnessing their parenting styles firsthand. While that might seem like a great way to bond, it can quickly lead to frustration if you don't agree with their methods. Whether it's discipline, education, or even what they feed their kids, you may find yourself biting your tongue or struggling not to give advice. A grandmother shared her experience in an online forum. "I never realized how much I'd struggle with my daughter's way of parenting until I lived nearby. I want to help, but we're constantly butting heads over small things. like how much TV they let the kids watch, or how they handle tantrums. It's exhausting, and I sometimes regret moving so close. Another woman voiced a similar sentiment. I moved closer to my daughter thinking we'd spend more time together, but we ended up clashing over how she raises her kids. I grew up in a different time, and it's hard not to give advice even when it's not wanted. We've had arguments over screen time and discipline, and now I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. When you live further away, these parenting differences aren't as in your face. You're less likely to get caught up in day-to-day decisions that don't align with your views. Maintaining a little distance allows for more acceptance, fewer conflicts, and a healthier relationship. It also fosters respect, ensuring that your role as a parent and grandparent remains positive, rather than turning into one of unwanted critique or interference. Even with the best intentions, living too close to your children can blur boundaries, making it difficult for both parties to maintain a healthy sense of independence. It's easy to start dropping by unannounced, expecting frequent visits, or becoming too involved in their daily lives, sometimes without realizing it. While your intentions may be purely out of love, your presence may add pressure to their already demanding schedules. One woman shared her struggle. I love my mom, but after she moved nearby, I started to feel like I was constantly on call. She dropped by unexpectedly, and while she just wanted to chat, I felt like I had no privacy or space. I started to resent her, and I know she felt hurt by my pulling away. Even if your children enjoy spending time with you, constant accessibility can create emotional exhaustion. For both of you, living at a distance helps enforce natural boundaries, allowing both you and your children to maintain personal space while still enjoying a close and meaningful relationship. Instead of frequent, obligatory visits, your time together becomes more intentional, cherished, and appreciated. Planned visits feel special, rather than feeling like just another routine obligation. Being close to your grandchildren can be an incredible joy, but for many, it can also become overwhelming. When you live nearby, there's often an unspoken expectation that you'll take on a larger caregiving role. Whether it's babysitting, school pickups, or spending frequent time with your grandkids. While this may seem fulfilling at first, over time it can start to feel like an obligation rather than a choice. One grandfather shared his experience. I moved closer to my daughter, thinking I'd enjoy more time with my grandkids. I love them dearly, but now I find myself watching them almost every day, and it's exhausting. I'm retired, but I feel like I've taken on a new job. I don't know how to say no without causing tension, but I miss my free time. Living further away allows you to set boundaries naturally. You can still be a loving, involved grandparent, but on your own terms. This ensures that your time with your grandchildren remains meaningful, joyful, and free from stress or obligation. Instead of feeling pressured into full-time caregiving, you can focus on quality over quantity, making every visit more intentional and memorable for both you and them. Many parents believe that moving near their children will strengthen their bond and create an ideal family dynamic. However, the reality often looks very different. For many, it can lead to feeling like a burden, a loss of independence, increased family tension, and even unexpected isolation. One mother shared her regret after moving near her son. I thought we'd spend more time together, but instead I feel like an afterthought. He's busy with work, his family, and his own life. I left behind my friends and community, and now I feel lonelier than ever. It's not that living near your children is always a bad idea, but it's important to be realistic. Instead of assuming that proximity will bring closeness, consider whether it might create unintended stress. Sometimes, the healthiest relationships thrive when there is space. Allowing both you and your children to live your lives independently while still cherishing your time together. Staying close in spirit doesn't always mean staying close in distance. You can be present in your family's lives without needing to be physically nearby. A phone call, a planned visit, or a heartfelt letter can sometimes mean more than daily routine interactions that feel obligatory rather than special. Your golden years should be about self-fulfillment, maintaining your independence, and living with purpose. Thriving in this phase of life means embracing new experiences, friendships, and personal growth, rather than solely centering your world around your children's lives. One woman who chose to move to a retirement community rather than live near her children shared her perspective. At first, my kids were disappointed, but now they see how much happier I am. I have my own friends, my own activities, and I still visit them often. They appreciate me more because they see that I'm truly enjoying life. You'll find that a little space, both physical and emotional, can actually strengthen relationships. It fosters mutual appreciation, respect, and healthier boundaries, creating a happier, more fulfilling dynamic for everyone involved. Keeping a clean home as a senior dealing with disability or chronic pain can be a real challenge. Physical limitations, reduced energy, and even mental fatigue can turn simple tasks into overwhelming ones. However, by using adaptive tools, practical strategies, and a more manageable routine, you can maintain a comfortable and safe living environment without overexerting yourself. Based on real-life experiences and shared wisdom, here are 4 practical solutions to help you clean smarter, not harder. Moving furniture for cleaning can feel nearly impossible when dealing with chronic pain or mobility issues. Furniture sliders provide a simple solution by allowing you to glide sofas, chairs, and tables with minimal effort. Sophia, a senior living with chronic back pain, shared her experience. I used to dread cleaning under the couch, but with sliders, I just give it a little push, clean up, and slide it back. No more stress on my back. You can find furniture sliders at hardware stores, major retailers like Walmart or Target, or online through Amazon. When choosing sliders, consider felt bottom sliders for hardwood or tile floors, plastic sliders for carpeted areas. Weight capacity, ensuring the sliders can handle your furniture safely. By using sliders, you reduce strain, make deep cleaning easier, and prevent unnecessary injury. Instead of trying to clean your entire home in one day, spread tasks out with a weekly cleaning rotation. This approach reduces fatigue and helps maintain a consistently tidy home. A woman from a senior living forum shared her method. Week 1 is the kitchen and bathroom. Week 2, I tackle the bedrooms. Week 3, I focus on the living and dining areas. By week 4, I circle back to the kitchen and bathroom. This system prevents tasks from piling up without overwhelming you. Pair it with quick daily habits like wiping down counters or sweeping high traffic areas, and your home will stay cleaner with less effort. Instead of lugging around multiple heavy cleaning supplies, switch to multi-purpose tools that simplify tasks and reduce strain. Some of the best multi-use tools include steam cleaners, sanitize floors, clean grout, and refresh upholstery without scrubbing, microfiber cloths, dust, polish and clean surfaces without needing extra sprays, cordless lightweight vacuums, easy to maneuver and gentle on joints. David, a retired engineer, praised his steam cleaner in a senior group discussion. I clean my bathroom tiles and kitchen floor without bending or scrubbing. It's the best investment I've made. By choosing versatile tools, you save effort, reduce clutter, and make cleaning easier. If standing for long periods or bending is painful, try chair-based cleaning. Using a rolling stool or a sturdy chair, you can clean baseboards, cabinets, or lower surfaces without straining your knees or back. Martha, who has severe knee pain, shared her method. I sit on my rolling stool when I clean the bathroom. It's safer and easier, and I can get the job done without feeling miserable afterward. Some helpful options include rolling stools with adjustable height for cleaning lower surfaces comfortably, long-handled dusters for reaching higher areas without standing, ergonomic grabbers to pick up objects without bending. By cleaning while seated, you conserve energy and reduce strain, making household tasks more manageable and less painful. The best way to reduce cleaning effort is to prevent messes before they happen. Small habits, like taking off shoes at the door, using placemats, and wiping up spills immediately, can significantly cut down on the amount of cleaning required. For example, Washable slipcovers on frequently used furniture protect against stains and wear, making upkeep much easier. Coasters prevent water rings on tables, and a simple shoe rack by the entrance encourages family and guests to leave their footwear at the door, keeping floors cleaner. Frank, a disabled veteran, shared his simple but effective approach. "If I spill it, I clean it right then. If it's clutter, I put it away as soon as I'm done." Staying ahead of the mess is half the battle. By practicing small preventative measures, you can maintain a cleaner home with far less effort, reducing the need for exhausting deep cleaning sessions. Breaking cleaning tasks into smaller, scheduled steps can make housework feel less overwhelming. A cleaning calendar helps distribute chores throughout the week, preventing tasks from piling up. Joanne, a retired librarian, shared her experience. "I bought a magnetic weekly planner for my fridge. It's so satisfying to tick off tasks like dust bookshelf or clean sink." Creating a visual checklist adds structure to your routine and provides a sense of accomplishment as you mark each task complete. For those who prefer digital solutions, apps like Toady or Our Home help organize chores and send gentle reminders. If you'd rather stick to a traditional approach, there are plenty of free printable cleaning calendars available online. Try searching for printable cleaning calendar templates to find one that suits your schedule. Printing and displaying it on your fridge or bulletin board makes it easy to follow and adjust as needed. By using a cleaning calendar or checklist, you stay on track, prevent tasks from becoming unmanageable, and keep your home tidy with minimal stress. For seniors with joint pain, limited mobility, or reduced strength in one arm, one-handed cleaning techniques can make housework much easier. Using a handheld vacuum, a duster mitt, or a long-handled mop can eliminate the need for excessive gripping or heavy lifting. Paul, a stroke survivor, shared his approach. "I use a mitt on my good hand for dusting, and it's so much easier than holding a cloth. I also have a lightweight handheld vacuum for quick cleanups." Other helpful tools include spray mops. Eliminate the need for carrying heavy buckets. Robot vacuums. Clean floors with no effort required. Grip-friendly spray bottles, designed for easy one-handed use. Adapting to one-handed techniques can make cleaning much more manageable, ensuring that mobility challenges don't become a barrier to maintaining a clean home. Protecting high-traffic areas with washable rugs or mats can significantly reduce cleaning time. These mats catch dirt, dust, and spills before they reach your floors, making maintenance easier. For added safety, consider using slip-resistant mats in areas where falls are more likely, such as kitchens, bathrooms, and entryways. Linda, a senior with a spinal condition, shared her method. "I put washable mats in the kitchen and hallway. When they get dirty, I toss them in the washer instead of scrubbing the floors." By placing rugs or mats in key areas, you reduce the need for frequent sweeping and mopping. Protect floors from stains, wear, and moisture damage. Make cleaning as simple as tossing mats into the washing machine. Choosing machine-washable, easy-to-maintain mats can greatly simplify home cleaning, allowing you to spend less time scrubbing and more time enjoying your home. Having accessible and well-organized storage reduces clutter and makes cleaning more manageable. Labeled bins, sliding shelves, and stackable containers help store items in a way that minimizes the need for bending or reaching. Emily, a retired art teacher, shared her approach. "I use clear bins for my art supplies and stack them at waist level. Everything's visible and easy to grab, so I'm not fumbling around." Keeping frequently used items within arm's reach prevents unnecessary strain and makes maintaining a clean home effortless. Cleaning doesn't have to feel like a chore. It can become a sensory experience. Adding a few drops of essential oils like lavender, lemon, or eucalyptus to your cleaning sprays or mop water can uplift your mood while leaving a refreshing scent in your home. Carolyn, who battles anxiety, shared how this technique helps her. "I add lavender oil to my mop water. It calms me while I clean, and the house smells amazing afterward. However, it's important to take precautions if you or your household members have allergies or sensitivities to essential oils. Always test a small amount first and ensure proper ventilation when using them. Additionally, some essential oils can be toxic to pets, so avoid using them in areas frequented by animals. Transforming cleaning into an enjoyable and therapeutic activity reduces stress and helps make household tasks feel less overwhelming." Struggling with bending down or lifting heavy trash can lids can cause unnecessary discomfort, especially for those with mobility issues. A hand